Welcome to Proven and Probable, where we focus on metals, mining, and more. I'm your host, Maurice Jackson. Today, we will share a company that has established itself as a premier project generator. I'm speaking of Millrock Resources, trading on the TSXV symbol MRO and on the OTCQX symbol MLRKF. Joining us today is the President, CEO, and Director of Millrock Resources, Gregory Beischer. Before we begin, allow me to convey to our listeners that Millrock Resources is a sponsor of Proven and Probable, and that we are proud shareholders of Millrock Resources for the virtues we will convey in today's message. Mr. Beischer, welcome to the show.
Oh, thanks, Maurice. Glad to be back on your show.
For our listeners, in case you missed it, we want to remind you that we conducted an important interview with Millrock Resources last week entitled Drill Results and Project Updates. And today's interview is, in essence, part two. Gregory, I know you're excited about this week's press releases, but before we get ahead of ourselves, please remind listeners just how expansive the Millrock project portfolio is.
Sure, Maurice. We're active in Alaska, which is home base for me, but also in the Golden Triangle district of British Columbia, the southwest portion of the United States, and particularly in northwestern Sonora State, Mexico. So we've got great portfolio of projects across these jurisdictions, and we're very active explorers, as you've seen by the flurry of exploration results that we've published over the last little while.
Since you're in Alaska, sir, let's begin there with the Alaska Range Project. What's going on there?
Yes, as you recall, Maurice, we drilled a series of holes at the Stellar project in central Alaska, where there's a known high-grade copper-gold deposit called Zackley. This was known historically. We've re-drilled it with 13 drill holes. This week, our partner, who's funded the work, PolarX, published two more of the holes, and the results were quite good. High-grade copper and gold over significant widths. But I think the thing that's really remarkable is that we drilled much thicker intersections of mineralization than was recorded in the historic drill holes drilled back in the 1980s. And, that could add a lot of tons to the deposit in a short period of time. For example, one of the holes that we essentially twinned in our drilling returned 14.5 meters of mineralization compared to 1.5 meters in the historic drilling. So that's quite a difference, and it may be very significant.
It certainly looks like it will be, sir. Moving south to the historic Golden Triangle in British Columbia, we have some results in reference to stream sediment and soil samples.
Yes, again, encouraging results. Our partner Sojourn Exploration funded the work. We had it executed by a British Columbia contractor, Equity Consultants, who did very good work. Covered this huge claim block with stream sediment sampling. This is usually the first pass in exploration on a systematic program, which somewhat surprisingly had never been done before, despite some exploration that had focused on some obvious surface mineralization. But this put everything into context. Last year, we had flown a geophysical survey that tells us what could be below the surface of the Earth. And now that we've got the results from the stream sediment sampling, we see that there's coincident anomalies. Some places the geophysical surveys are telling us there's something different in the rocks below. And sure enough, we've got copper, gold, and pathfinder elements in stream sediments telling us, yeah, there is something maybe beneath the Earth just upstream. So good first pass program. No doubt about it that some drill targets will emerge for work in 2018 from that project.
And it looks like we had 464 stream sediments and 324 soils collected. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. It was a pretty good sized program.
Moving on to the stock price here. Mr. Beischer, we have tax law selling and Christmas approaching, and usually quality names such as Millrock Resources see their share prices drop around this time of the year, presenting unique value propositions. For current and prospective shareholders, what would you like to share with them?
Yes, Maurice. Well, you're right. It's at this time of year that often we do see across the board share price decreases, and Millrock was no exception. Over the last 60 days, our share price has edged downwards. As you know, we're doing a private placement financing right now. That's where we're selling shares in the company to raise cash. And honestly, the response has been quite overwhelming. We've only wanted to raise a modest amount of 1.6 million, but we've got a lot more interest than that. And so I've encouraged people that if they couldn't participate in the financing to buy on the open market. And it appears that they are, because we've seen actually an increase in our share price over the last day in particular. And I think that's why people are realizing that Millrock at 25 cents for everything that the company's got going on is a bargain. And this is a good time generally in the junior mining exploration space to pick up bargains. And I think Millrock is in that category right now. So there might be some people selling for tax losses, cleaning up their portfolio. But smart bottom fisher will be picking up the bargains right now.
And we believe that that's going to be our subscribers. Talk to us about what I forgot to ask.
Well, sure. In this case, Maurice, you didn't ask me about one of the best potential catalysts Millrock has going right now, which is the drill program that's currently underway at our La Navidad project in northern Sonora, Mexico. And so we're drilling away. The program is moving very quickly. We're, I believe, drilled our 9th hole at this point, about to move on to our 10th. We've added holes to the program. And so we're quite excited about that particular project, and we can look forward to results fairly soon. I suspect they'll be coming from the lab, and we'll probably compile all those results and release them sometime in early January.
Yeah, I recall interviewing Brent Cook here recently at the New Orleans Investment Conference, and he shared the same enthusiasm for La Navidad for our subscribers as well. Mr. Beischer, if someone listening wants to get more information regarding Millrock Resources, please share the contact details.
Sure. They can just look us up on the internet at millrockresources.com, and they'll find their contact information.
And is Melanie Henderson still the point of contact there for us?
You bet. Yeah, you can reach her there in Vancouver.
And last but not least, please visit our website, www.provenandprobable.com, where we interview the most respected names in the natural resource space. You may reach us at contact@provenandprobable.com. Gregory Beischer of Millrock Resources, thank you for joining us today on Proven and Probable.
Thank you, Maurice. Talk to you again soon.
All the best, sir.
Thank you for joining us today on Proven and Probable. Remember to like and subscribe for more conversations with the most respected names in the natural resource space. Check out our website at www.provenandprobable.com. The information presented on Proven and Probable is provided for educational and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information is not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice, or any other advice. You should not make any financial, investment, or trading decision based on any of the information presented without first undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or competent financial advisor.